theory of simple bending. So with this unit, easily you can get score good marks. So generally, in previous semester or in mechanics of material or other subject, I think you already studied about the bending stresses in a beams. I think in a mechanics of material only. So what you studied there, whenever the beam is subjected to the static, either static or dynamic loads, causing the bending stresses. And besides this, there are different like tensile, compressive stresses, shear stresses also there. Okay, you studied about this bending stress. So the assumptions were made in the bending stresses in a beams are the material of the beam is perfectly homogeneous and isotropic, and the material of the beam is obeys the Hooke's law, and the transverse section, which is plane before bending and after remaining also, it is a plane. So these are all things you studied in the mechanics of material, and the equation also you studied. This equation also you studied m by I stress by y, and what is that E by R. This equation. So this was the topic you discussed in the bending stresses in a beam. So same equation we are using now, and we are discussing this. We are utilizing this equation to solve the problem related to the curved beams or curved beams. Here we are utilizing this curved beams topic to design the crane hooks. To do here nothing but design of crane hook we are going to study here. So what topics we discussed in you learned in the previous semester, same things you are going to study here, but some advanced level you are going to study here. So curved beam is nothing but it is a beam when the neutral axis is given as a beam in which the neutral axis is in a unloaded condition is a curved manner. It means even there is a no load on the beam. So this is a particularly from here to at this end. This is treated as a curved beam because it is appearing like a beam having curvature. So, so first I will draw the straight beam. This is a neutral axis, sorry, central axis. Okay, and the neutral axis also passing here. So this one is a neutral axis, central axis. So in a straight beam, the neutral axis and as well as central axis both are in a coincide. Okay, so if you apply the load here, so what happen? It is going to bend in this manner. So at this time, what happen? The curvature, the central axis is going to lays at the center only, but the neutral axis is going to shift it to somewhat towards the inner surface of the this beam. This is the neutral axis, and this is the central axis. Now here in curved beams, how to identify the curved beams means here neutral axis is always in a curved manner even there is no load application. Such situation if you find, then directly you can identify that is a curved beams. Okay, and here some assumptions are the plane section perpendicular to the axis of the beam remains a plane after bending. Same what you learned in the previous MOM subject. The modulus of elasticity in tension and compressions are equal. Young's modulus in tension, Young's modulus in a compression both are equal. Material is obeying the Hooke's law and homogeneous and isotropy. And The neutral axis and central axis of the straight beams are coincide. However, the curved beams neutral axis shifted towards the center of curvature. Just now I said the in this diagram, when the beam is bended, the neutral axis is going to shift it towards the its center, inner surface. This is the inner surface and this is the outer surface. Or else this is the center of curvature. The neutral axis is going to shift it towards the center. So because the see initially it is a straight. Because of bend position, the neutral axis is shifted to near to the inner surface. So that is the one. The neutral axis shifted towards the center of curvature or near to the inner surface. So the bending stresses in a straight beam vary linearly with the distance from their neutral axis. And here the graphical representation of these bending stresses are going to represented with the hyperbolic curve. Okay, so the hyperbolic curve like this. See here in this diagram, you can find the hyperbolic curve here. This is the one. So this red color line highlighting here. So the distribution of the stresses is going to shown here hyperbolic. So this is a common question in a gate examination, Babu. The in the curve beam, the stress distribution is a hyperbolic form. It's a common question. Okay, and this figure I'm denoting here showing lifting the heavy weights through the this crane hooks. Okay, the main purpose of this unit is to design the crane hooks. The problems also generated based on this crane hook problems only. Now stresses in a curve beams. So before starting this one, the terminology related to this should be very important to solve the numericals in this unit. Okay, the first one is the R naught, capital R suffix naught, that is a radius of the outer fiber in mm. So which one is the outer fiber? Suppose this is the center of curvature. Okay, and the distance from the center to the outermost layer, this is the outer surface. This is the outer surface, and this one is the inner surface. Inner surface. Okay, and the distance from the center of curvature to the outermost layer or outer surface, that is referred as a radius of outer fiber R naught. Okay, and next one Ri, nothing but radius of inner fiber. So here from the center of curvature to the inner surface of the beam, that is Ri. It is also measured in mm. And capital R is the radius of central axis, means from the center of curvature to its center. Where is the center of gravity line? This is the central axis. Now from here to this line is the capital R. So there is no suffix or prefix to the element. Suppose this is R, there is no suffix and no prefix we are adding. That element particularly is referred as a central element. So this one is the radius of the central axis, that is in mm, and R suffix n. So R suffix n means, so here this is the central axis, and here this is the axis shifted towards the inner surface, that is the neutral axis. Okay, and Rn means distance from the center of curvature to the neutral axis, that is radius of neutral axis in mm. And hi is h small h and I suffix I, this one. Hi is the distance from the inner fiber from the neutral axis. So if we cut this section here, the cross sectional area is representing here. Okay, and in this cross sectional area, the neutral axis is passing centrally. Neutral axis is passing from the just above from the inner surface. Okay, this is the inner surface, this is the outer surface. Okay, and this distance from the inner surface to neutral axis, that is the hi, that is the distance from the inner fiber to from the neutral axis, that is measured in mm. And h naught, so see here, this is a h naught. It is the distance from the outermost layer to the neutral axis, here to here, referred as a h naught. And m is a bending moment with respect to neutral centroidal axis, bending moment with respect to centroidal axis. And a is a cross sectional area. So why I'm explaining these are all things, because particular in this unit, these all elements, if you remember, then only you can solve the problem. There will be damn sure question, and simple uh, numericals are there. Okay, simply you can get the 10% marks for particular this topic. Okay, and eccentricity is denoted by small e. It is the distance between the neutral centroidal axis and the neutral axis. This distance referred as e. Distance between these two lines, or we can show here, distance between these two lines referred as a small e, eccentricity. Okay, and basic equation for solving the bending stress is taken from the bending moment equation. Bending moment by I, stress by y, e by r. This is the basic equation. From this equation, this equation is generated. So bending stress is called, this is the one. So this bending stress equation we are applying for the inner fiber and as well as outer fiber. So this is one. Bending stress for inner fibers. Hello, just mute yourself, Babu. Sigma bi, that is bending moment into hi. Hi means already we discussed, distance from the inner surface to neutral axis. And a is the area, e is the eccentricity, ri is the radius of the inner surface. Okay, same equation, instead of writing I, we are writing the O. Babu, mute yourself, I said. I'm not making a time pass here. చందులాల్ ఏం చేస్తున్నావు? Okay, bending stress basic equation is the m into h by a e r. If we are applying this equation for the inner surface, just write the ri. If we are applying this equation for the outer layer, so r naught h naught, that is the difference. Okay, in symmetrical sections such as a rectangular, circular, okay, what is that, circular section, rectangular section, the bending moment, maximum bending moment or bending stress is always occurs at the inner fiber. For the unsymmetrical section, suppose this is a square symmetrical section, this one. So maximum bending stress, where we can find the maximum bending stress? Bending stress is occur at the inner fiber. Suppose this is a beam, this is the front view and this is the side view, neutral central axis. So where is the possibility of the generating the maximum bending stress? even here or here at the central axis. But if the figure is having the non-symmetrical portion, so where is the maximum bending stress at these situations? So that reason we have to calculate the sigma bi and as well as sigma b naught. Okay. And now see, this is the one important one, Babu. Just now I said this terminology is very important. Rn is nothing but radius of the neutral axis from the center of curvature. From the center of curvature to the neutral axis, the distance is referred as Rn. And this is the R. R is nothing but from the center of curvature to the central axis of the beam, that distance. Okay. Now, whatever the figures I am showing here, if you find the such figures in the examination, blindly apply this equation and get the answer. Okay. Now see here, this R and R we are calculating separately. First one is a rectangular portion, rectangular cross section. It means if the figures cut at the middle portion, suppose this is the figure, this is a crane hook figure. If I cut this one here at particular x axis, if I cut here, what the shape is appearing? So suppose this kind of shape appears, rectangular shape, cross sectional area. So then directly you can take these two equations. Okay, it means you have to by heart these equations, whatever the figures I'm showing now. So all equations we have to by heart, then only you can solve this problem. Okay, so Rn is the, see here, this is the axis of the center of curvature. Okay, and from this reference point to the up to here neutral axis, that is referred as a Rn. And from the reference this point line, if we draw one line up to the central axis, that is the R. This is Ri for the inner surface. This is a R naught. The dimensions of the figure, width, height, and the distance from these two axes is E. Okay. So that's the reason I said one thing. Terminology is very important for particular this topic. So Rn is a h by log E R naught by Ri, and R is a Ri plus h by 2. So where h is means what here? H is the height of this figure. R naught means what here? R naught is, this is the one. Centroid, center of curvature, distance from the center of this curvature to the outermost layer. And Ri means what here? Center of distance from the center of curvature to the innermost layer. Right? And this is the equations for the rectangular. And this is a circular cross section. If I cut this portion, suppose for this figure, if I cut this here at particular XX section, if the cross sectional appears, and I am drawing the projections here in this manner, what is the figure here? Circular cross section. So circular cross section, if you find in examination, blindly go to this equation, Rn and R. So for this figure, Rn is square root of R naught plus square root of Ri whole square by 4, and this is one Ri plus d by 2. So see this figure here, h by 2, here d by 2. Only in place of h it is using a d. And same, see here, this is the center of curvature line, and from the distance from the center of curvature line to the neutral axis line, that is denoted as Rn. Distance from the center of curvature line to the central axis of the figure, this is the central axis of the figure. This distance is referred as R, and from here to here Ri, from here to here R naught. Already it is denoted. Okay. And the distance between these two is E. So here the axis line is given here, neutral axis, central axis, right? And for this one, trapezoidal cross section. For trapezoidal cross section, the Rn and R. The title itself here, nomenclature of cross section, Rn and R. Okay. So Rn, this is the equation you have to remember. This is the center of the curvature line and distance from the center of curvature line to the neutral axis. Which one is the neutral axis? Already denoted here. This is a neutral axis. This is a centroidal axis. From the this line to this neutral axis line is a Rn. That is the one here. And distance from the center of curvature line to the centroidal axis of the figure. This is the R that we are calculating here. And the figure dimensions here. B naught is the outer width, Bi inner width, H is the total height, right? And this is the I section. If we cut the figure, suppose this is a crane hook, because the problem is all related to the crane hook design only. So that's the reason I'm always drawing the crane hook. Suppose this is a figure. If I cut the figure here, suppose after cutting, if I get the shape in this manner, so blindly go through these equations. What is that? Rn and Rn. Okay. So it means you have to do lot of work. That is, you have to remember these all equations. And see here the terminology in this figure. B naught is the outer width, Bi is the inner width, thickness of the web, thickness of the flanges, and the total height of the figure. This is the neutral axis, centroidal axis, neutral axis radius, centroidal axis radius, inner fiber radius, outer fiber radius. So these all values, all equation or parameters are going to involve here. Ti, Bi, thickness, here, R naught, Ri, right? And see, this is another one for triangular. It means same. If we cut the this is a, suppose this is a crane hook. If I cut this crane hook at the particular this XX section, suppose if I get the shape in this manner, so how what is the shape appearing here? Triangular shape. So triangular shape means this is the one. So blindly go through these equations. Okay, this is the total height of the rectangle. This is the eccentricity is nothing but distance between the neutral axis and central axis. Width of the figure, inner fiber radius, outer fiber radius, neutral axis radius, radial, central axis radius. So this the parameters are going to involve in this equation. BIH, right? And this is for the square hollow section. It means suppose if you cut this section here, if you find this in this shape, so blindly go through these equations. Okay. Another this is the one T section. For T section, neutral axis radius and the central axis radius. It means if you cut the this figure, if you cut the figure at this particular XX section, not only here, you can cut here, you can cut also here, you can cut here. Anywhere you cut this one, the shape if you find in this manner, the cross sectional area. So blindly go through these equations. It means in this topic, particularly in this unit, to solve the numericals, you have to be perfect with the notations and as well as the terminology whatever is there, and based on the shapes the equations you have to remember. So total how many shapes are here? So say this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total 7 figures are there. For each figure, 2 equations are there. So 7 into 2, 14. 14 equations if you remember. So easily you can find you can solve the problems and you can get the good score also. And the sum of the figure I listed here, see, in common, in previous question paper I observed and figures I listed here. Every time these type of problems are occurring in the examinations. So this is the C channel used in a punching press. This is a C channel used in a punching press. So here the load is applied and here the punch is there, and with the help of this one we are making the holes. So if you are cutting this one, the shape is appearing trapezoidal. So these are the some of the figure I listed above. Not always if I cut this figure here, there is no condition to generate all times to such kind of shape. You may find the sometimes here rectangle also. You may find the sometimes after cutting this one, for this kind of T section, you can find the T section also. You may find the I section also, right? So here few problems I listed commonly asking examination. Okay, C channel with the trapezoidal cross section. This is a crane hook with the rectangular cross section. This is also supporting bench and with the T section. This is a C channel with the T section. See here, this is a C channel with the trapezoidal. Here see C channel with the T cross section. And this is the half like a tie rod with the circular cross section. Rod is having a circular manner. So see here the cross section is showing here. Tie rod with the circular cross section. So some of the figures I listed commonly it is occur in examinations. Okay. So this is the one problem. Any doubts, Babu, regarding the synopsis what I explained now? See here, the frame of a punch press is showing figure. This is using for the punching press. Okay. Question is asking find the stresses at the inner fiber and outer fiber at a particular XX section. Question itself mentioning at particular this XX section, what is the stresses? This is the inner fiber, this is the outer fiber. At this particular points, what is the stresses is asking if the frame is subjected to the load 5000 newtons. Newtons I forget here. Okay, it is here 5000 newtons. And dimensions are given in the figure only. So what is the figure? This is the central axis. From the central axis, the curvature of this figure is 25, and the distance between these two inner fibers is 50, and the load W is applying here. Okay, and now see here one more thing. This is the figure is given in the examination question paper. This figure we have to convert into like a space diagram, or we can call as a free body diagram. In this manner, see here. In this manner, we have to draw separately in your answer sheet. See here, whatever the figure is given in the question paper, that you have to convert in this form. Okay. Now the load is applying here at this point. Okay, and this one red color dotted axis line is given, that is a central line of curvature. Okay, and for this figure, particular this figure, here the central axis for this figure to the figure, particularly this figure I'm telling, this is a central axis line, this is a neutral axis, so that is here drawn separately, central axis, neutral axis. So nothing but this one we are converting into a space diagram. Okay, and bi value is given 6, that is the one here, and sorry, b naught, this is the one bi 18. Okay, from the reference of this is the line, all notations are denoted here, ri, r naught, rn, r, right? And what is hi here? Hi or yi, same meaning, Babu. Hi meaning what? What is the meaning of hi? Distance from the neutral axis, distance from the inner surface to neutral axis, from here to here, that is the yi. Y naught means from the neutral axis to outermost layer, that is the y naught, and e is the eccentricity distance between these two, right? And total height of the figure is a 40 is given in the question, and beyond this central line there will be one distance is there from the application of load, that is 100, right? And from the application of load to the central of the figure, distance is referred as x. We don't know how much that was. So before solving this problem, whatever the figure is given in the question paper, that you need to convert into this space diagram in this manner. After converting this one, so first write the given data. First write the given data. What is the given data here? Load is given 5000 newtons, and bi is given 18 mm, width of the inner surface, width of the outer surface 6 mm, h is total height of the figure is given 40 mm, ri value, how much ri value, see here, from here to here, how much, 25 mm. R naught value, R naught value how much, R naught value means from here to this one, total R naught, it means if I add here to here 25 plus height of the figure, that is Ri plus H, 25 plus 40, total 65, right? And after this, immediately we have to calculate the area. What is the area of this figure? Half into a plus b into h. That is a plus b means bi plus b naught. Bi plus b naught means 18 plus 6 into h value 40. That is 480 mm². Now after calculating this one, the procedure same you have to follow. After writing give it, first you have to draw the space diagram on the right side of the paper. Then immediately start the write the given data. After completion of the given data, first calculate this area. Then next one, take the Rn value equation, R equation. So what is the R and R equations for the trapezoidal cross section? What is the shape of this figure? Trapezoidal cross section. So trapezoidal cross section equation I am taking here. Where is the trapezoidal cross section? Here is a trapezoidal cross section. These equations I am taking. So here I am writing. Trapezoidal cross section. Here question itself given. So that is the reason I take in the Rn value, R value of the trapezoidal cross section. Okay. Now I am calculating first one Rn value. Now Rn. The first one, what is the Bi? Bi is the inner surface width that is given in the question 18 plus B naught outer surface 6. This is the 18, this is the 6, this is the 40. Question is given 18 plus 6 by 2 into H. H value how much given? 40 by 2 by Bi. Bi 18 R naught. R naught how much? Just now we calculated. That is 65 minus B naught is a 6 into Ri. Ri how much? Question itself given 25 by H value 40 into log. In calci, don't substitute this value log E. In calci, if you press the ln button, that is a will get the correct answer. Don't press the log button, press the ln button in calcis. Okay. Log R naught, that is 65 by 25 minus Bi. Bi how much? 18 minus 6 B naught. So tell me the Rn value in terms of mm. Okay. Now R. What is R? Here is their equation. Ri, that is 18 plus H 40. I am seeing here and writing the directly substituting the value here. Wow. Okay. Bi, that is 18 plus 2 into B naught, that is 6 divided by 3 into Bi, that is 18 plus 6. The answer of R in mm. Tell me the Rn. First tell me the Rn value. Then R. Substitute the all values in calci. See here, instead of pressing the log button, you press the ln button. Okay. So then only you will get the correct answer. If you press the log button, the answer will go wrong. So in your calcis, press the ln button here. Ln 65 by 25, like this. So tell me the Rn value. Rn value should become in terms of mm. 38.83 mm. Now what is R? 41.67. 41.67. Okay. The next one is the E. After calculating, first we have to calculate the R value, sorry, area, then Rn, then R, now eccentricity. Eccentricity here, this distance is eccentricity. How we can get? First, we'll, if we get the R value here from the R2, if we subtract this length Rn, this distance we'll get, that is R minus Rn. So R value how much we got? 41.67 minus 38.83. Now how much this one? 2.84 mm. That is eccentricity. Alright. And now eccentricity calculated and x value. To get the x value, see here, from the application of load, distance from the application of load to the center of the figure. So we know the from here to here 100, x is 100, plus from here to here we know that is a 25. So otherwise we know the value of capital R from here to here, that is 100 plus capital R how much? 41.67, that is 141.67. 67 mm. Now, any other parameter is there to calculate? And this one, yi, y naught we require. Yi means what? Distance from the neutral axis, inner surface to neutral axis, and y naught is the distance from the neutral axis to the outermost layer, isn't it? So how we can get these figure distances? So in neutral axis distance we know that is the 38.83, 38.83 neutral axis we know, and this distance also we know, that is ri. It means Rn minus Ri, if we subtract, then we'll get the Yi value. So Rn value how much? 38.83 minus Ri. Ri how much? Question itself given 25. Now how much this one? 13.83 mm. Why I am writing always in mm? Because the notations itself mentioned in the theory, R value in mm, E value in mm, H value in mm, all values are in mm. Okay, and why not? Why not means this distance? So to calculate this one, first we have to know that this larger length, that is the r naught. So already we calculated r naught minus, if we subtract this rn value, because the distance is starting from the neutral axis to the outermost layer, right? So if we subtract the rn value here, we'll get the y naught. So r naught is the total 65 minus rn value how much? 38.83. 65 minus 38.38, how much? 26.17 mm, right? And any other parameter is there? Y naught we calculated, yi calculated, r, rn, r value, r naught, ri, x value, everything is calculated. And load question itself given. And question is what is asking here? What is the question asking here? The question is asking calculate the stresses at the inner section and outer section. For that, I am writing the stresses at the inner section and outer section. Stresses in at the inner section, bending stress, that is m into y by area into eccentricity into r. This is a basic equation. Because here writing inner value, I am writing yi ri. In the same manner, outer section, m into y by a e into r. Because I am writing 0 outer surface, so y naught r naught I am writing here, right? Now bending moment how much? First, we don't know the bending moment here. So bending moment is nothing but load into perpendicular distance. In the figure, here the load is applying here, and where is the central axis? This is the central axis. From here to here, this is the central axis. So load into perpendicular. This is load into perpendicular distance. That is the W into X. 5000 into X value. X value how much we got? Uh, X value how much we got? 141.67. 141.67. So 5000 into 141.67, how much? 708 350 Newton mm. Yi just now we calculated. Eccentricity also we calculated. Area also we calculated. Ri also question itself given. We didn't calculate, but question is given Ri as a 25. Okay, substitute here. Bi value I'm substituting here. 708 350 into yi. How much I got the yi value? by I value 13.83, 13.83 by area, how much I got? 480, into eccentricity, how much? 2.84, and Ri value question itself given 25. Now tell me the sigma bi, sigma b naught. This equation I'm using 708350 into y naught. Y naught value 26.17 by 480 into 2.84 into R naught value 65. Tell me the sigma bi in terms of megapascal, sigma bi in terms of sigma b naught in terms of megapascal. How much, Babu? Sigma bi 287.4 megapascal, sigma b naught 209.2 megapascal. Now see here in this figure, if the load in this figure, if the load were given here or here, okay, suppose here the load were given, so directly I calculate all stresses like this and stop up to here. But the question is given the load from the this central curvature line to somewhat distance 100 mm given. So that's the reason first initially the direct stresses is acting on the body, and after that the body is going to subject into bending stress. So I don't know the how much direct stress is acting. So that's the reason additionally I'm calculating here direct stress how much. So direct stress is general equation is there, that is load by area. Direct stress on the body is load by area. So load is the 5000, area is the 480. So how much this one? 5000 by 480. 480. 10.42 megapascal. Megapascal or Newton per mm square, both same meaning. No, don't get confused. Okay. Now see here, at inner fiber, this much of stress is generating. At outer fiber, this much of stress is generating, and direct stress is acting. So where it is acting? This direct stress is acting at both, at inner and as well as outer. So that's the reason the resultant bending stress at the inner fiber is sigma bi plus sigma direct, right? So how much this one? 287.4 plus 10.42. Now sigma r resultant at outer fiber. The outer fiber is sigma b naught minus sigma d. See here the difference. Why I'm writing here negative, here positive? I will tell the reason. First write down this equation. What is sigma b naught we got? We get is a 209.2 minus 10.42. Now tell me the answers. 287.10.42. 10.42. 297.82 megapascal. Megapascal. Now 209 minus 209.2 minus 10.2. That is 198.78 megapascal. So why I am substituting, putting the negative here positive? Because if you observe the figure, if you observe the figure, I'm applying the load Okay, here applying the load, there will be extra material is going to gathered here, which means that because of gathering extra material, at the inner surface, the material is going to folded portion you can find. Okay, and the material is subtracted here from the outermost layer. So that's the reason here you can find the cracks from the outer surface. So here cracks you are finding, so that's the reason I am subtracting. Here extra material is gathering, so that's the reason I am adding the plus. That is the difference. Now this is the bending stress at the inner fiber, and this is the bending stress at outer fiber. Okay, so such kind of problems, damn sure there will be one problem. To solve such kind of numericals, you have to perfect with the what is it notations, terminology, and according to the shape of the figure, you have to remember the R value and Rn value. If you remember these 3 points, if these 3 points, what is the notations, terminology, and according to the figure, you have to remember the all equations. If you perfect these three points, easily you can get the 16 out of 16 marks, right? So this is another problem. Crane hook carrying the load of 20 kilonewtons. So see here, the load is applying at the center of curvature, 20 kilonewtons. In previous problem, the load were a distance from the central curvature in this manner, right? So here the load is given directly, the load is acting on the curvature line, that is 20 kilonewtons. And here the figure itself given at the x portion, the shape is appearing rectangular. So that's the reason I am taking directly rectangular equations. So what is the rectangular equations? This is the rectangular portion. These equations I am taking. So what is the first starting procedure? You have to draw its space diagram. So space diagram I am drawing. This diagram also very important. Wow. You have to remember this diagram also. So first step is, after seeing this diagram, whatever is the figure is the cross sectional area, that you have to enlarge here in this space diagram. Okay. So draw the rectangular. The height of the figure is 100 mm given in the question. Width of the figure 20. The distances is eccentricity. Area of the figure A. Ri, R naught, Rn, R. These are all things you have to find out. So question itself is given here in this figure. This 50 is a Ri, 150 is a R naught. So no need to calculate these things. So after drawing this space diagram, immediately write the given data. What is the given data here? Load is given 20 kilonewtons and the Ri value 50. R naught value question itself given. I'm not writing my own. Here 50 is given. Here 150. 150 mm and R naught is given 150. H value, height of the figure is given in the problem 100 mm. Width of the figure is given 20 mm. Area What is the area of rectangle? This one b into h, that is 100 into 20, that is 2000. And what are the unknown parameters here? So Rn we don't know, R we don't know. So here, because the cross sectional a shape is appearing rectangle, so that's the reason I'm taking this Rn and R value. So I'm calculating this one. H, question itself given 100. Instead of writing log, substitute in calcium ln. So that's why I'm writing ln. ln R naught 150 by Ri 50. Get this value. And this one Ri. How much is Ri? 50 plus 100 by 2. Total 100. It is an mm. Now what is this value? So this problem we'll discuss in the next class.